Hello my friends, it's me here again, long time on my own YouTube channels. I've been doing quite a few of those how to play Cyhra videos which are on Cyhra's YouTube channel, so please follow that too, because those how to play Cyhra videos there will be more there in the future. This time I thought that I will talk a bit about the different tunings I use with Cyhra, or we use with Cyhra, and what I've used in Godsplague and on my forthcoming solo album. Finally, it's starting to be ready. The first single is ready, mixed and mastered, and it will be come out early next year. So stay tuned for more detailed info about that. And you know what I've used with Suburban Tribe back in the days and stuff. So yeah, different tunings, different guitars and stuff. So here we go. So as those of you who have watched my how to play Cyhra videos already know that our main tuning is a standard C tuning, which is like a standard tuning down 2 whole steps. So it's like so all the strings are tuned down 2 whole steps. So it's like C, F, A sharp, D sharp, G and C. So this is the tuning that most of the Cyhra songs go, and then we have another tuning which is a drop A tuning. So it's a bit different than this, because if I would drop now, this is like a drop B flat tuning, but we're not using this, but we are using, I'm gonna show this with this guitar. So a couple of other songs, including Heart Rage and Dark Clarity, if I remember correct, goes with this tuning. So Jesper is using a 6 string and I'm using a 7 string, so this is kind of the tuning that Jesper uses. So it's a standard B tuning, which is a standard tuning but 2.5 steps lower, because our regular C tuning is 2 steps. So this is like B, E, A, D, F sharp, B, but we are dropping the lowest E string, which is B, to A. So like, you know, Heart Rage here. Alright, and yeah, some of you may ask, well, why you're using this tuning, why don't just drop use the B flat drop tuning, but it's because of the vocals, because those of you who are familiar with the Heart Rate, the vocal is really high, and the A, it's in the key of A, so that was like the perfect key for Jake's vocals. Okay, we could play that you know, with a C-tuned guitar and on a bit different places, but then we wouldn't have missed to use the low A string, because we wanted to use the, you know, the low chunk. So that's why well, we use two tunings, and Dark Clarity goes also on this tuning, even though on that song the lowest string is hardly used, but it goes also in the key of A. And so on. But so okay, this is the second tuning, so standard B but with a drop A, but I'm using a 7-string guitars on that tuning. So because I'm using the high E string on both of the songs, so my tuning is like a 7-string tuned to standard E, so E, A, E, G, B, E, and the lowest 7-string it's dropped to A. So normal standard 7-string tune this will be B, but I'm using drop A, so and so on. And I will be doing a how to play hard rage video in the near future, and I'm using, you know, on hard rage and on Dark Clarity I'm using like the ending solo, you know, goes to that. So so that's the other tuning that we use in Cyhra, drop A, but for me it's just normal 7-string and to drop A. Alright, those are the Cyhra tunings, and then while we are with the 7 strings, I'll grab my another one. This is actually the guitar that I used on the album, because that guitar was on E flat tuning, which this guitar is now. So, but I mean, the band that I played in many years, called Suburban Tribe, Finnish band. We call it Quitch 2011, 2012, well, 5-6 years ago. You know, pretty good success in Finland. Never made it internationally though, don't know why. But with Suburban Tribe we used, I mean, again, the other guitar player Roope, he used two guitars, two tunings. He used E flat, normal E flat tuning, and then he used the baritone guitar with the drop G tuning. But I used just one guitar, 7-string, so this is tuned like standard E flat, so it's like E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, everything is half step down from the normal E tuning. And then sometimes we used drop tuning for that. Sunflower, well, the riff doesn't go that way, but it kind of like it, but yeah. So it was like a dropped C sharp tuning then, and then we used the other tuning was baritone tuned to drop G sharp. So the same tuning that I used with Saira, but half step down, because it was drop A and this is drop A flat or G sharp. That was Silent Rain by Suburban Tribe. Please check from YouTube. So that was So some of the songs we use that low G, and on some of the songs basically just these 6 strings with E flat tuning. And I sometimes, you know, if I play a C, I sometimes, you know, play the octave here below, so it makes the chords really big. And so on. Well, that was the tuning that we used, I used in Suburban Tribe. And then the tuning that I used with Shining, and what we used with Godsplague is a standard D tuning. So standard tuning, but tuned down one whole step. So it's a D, G, C, F, G, A, D. That was really a Drem by Shining, and this is the tuning that I used on my solo album on a couple of songs. Actually, this the same guitar, but I'm not gonna play the riff right now, because I will do when the album comes out, and when the singles comes out, I will do how to play videos of the solo album songs. And this was the tuning we used only in Shining. It was this, and with Godsplague we used this tuning. And then what we used most with Godsplague was a drop tuning. So it's like drop C. That was My Nature from Godsplague debut album Evolution. Okay, and then what I use also, a couple of other drop tunings. We use this called, so it's normal drop tuning, it's like, this is D, so this is, you know, same note, then we use will be here, so this is A now, and one of the track used that tuning. That was God, I forgot the track, but it's from Godsplague's what was the track's name? Because I just played it. I Will Break You. I Will Break You from Godsplague's Hate album, H8. Yeah. It was like this. But anyway, it used that tuning, that song. And then what we used also in Godsplague was this, that I dropped this low string, same with this A string, but octave lower. This is G now. That was from Godsplague's Revival. God, I'm bad with the names. I wrote the song, but it's the track's name is called I Like It Like That. I like it like that. So I mean the string is pretty, you know, sloppy, so you gotta be careful not to. Alright, so those are the tunings that we use Godsplague. So we basically used 4 tunings. This kind of drop G, and then this kind of drop thing, and then the regular drop tuning. And then the normal D tuning. And the strings I use in this tuning are a DR tight fit 10 to 56, and for the 7 string I use 10 to 52 plus an extra heavy string, either 68 Elixir or 60 or 64 70 DR. It changes, you know, but something very thick. And for the normal C tuning, for the Cyhra regular tuning, standard tuning, I use DR, these DT drop tuning strings, 12 to 60 set. And then one other tuning, well, I used on my solo album, because I used 4 tunings there. I used the normal D, and from there the drop, which is drop C, and then I used just the regular normal tuning, or E tuning, E, A, D, G, B, E. That was actually a riff from the forthcoming solo album. Kinda not to the Zakk Wylde, No Rest for the Wicked Zakk Wylde kind of era. So and then what I used also was the regular drop D. Well, there was a couple of riffs from the solo albums, so but you will hear that next year more. And the solo album it includes 4 instrumental tracks and 6 tracks with vocals, different vocalists. I mean, I guess if you've seen follow me, I guess you already knew that Niklas from Shining singing on one track, and then there's the other guys are my good friends, really great singers from Finland, which I worked before. So, but I will reveal the info a bit later. But yeah, and with Rock&Roll Sensation, the cover band that I still occasionally do shows. I mean, we use this kind of normal tuning, but with a half step down, so it's like E flat, and on some of the stuff we use the drop tuning. So, but so I just tune this. I mean, or whatever guitar that has either has a because on normal tuning I use the 10 to 52 set strings. So normal and E flat are 10 to 52, and D and D tuning I use 10 to 56, and then the C tuning I use 12 to 60. And with the 7 string I use the 10 to 52, and then just the lowest string is whatever heavy string I have from 60 to 70. Now I guess the red one had 60 DR, and the white one has a 68 elixir on there. But yeah, but it's cool to operate with different tunings, and especially in heavy metal, where most of the riffs, or what are coolest to play, is those low strings. So if you do your whole album just chucking this, it's kind of, well, it's I don't know, boring, but I mean then all the songs are on the same key, so that's why I use like different, just dropping with Godsplague I use those different drop tunings just to have different keys, because I mean basically what we're doing is this kind of like bluesy, really basic kind of Black Sabbath, Black Label, Panther style, and if you want to have the kind of the feeling changes, and the key. Now that was in A, and now the riff is in D. It was in E. So and it's really cool to if you get stuck in the rut, so just try to, and this is easy to do with this kind of bridge which doesn't have a Valovirta, just to mess around with the low E string, and come up with it sounds totally different riff. Or I pressed just on the same boxes but a different sound. Okay, hey, thanks for watching. I have a Christmas tree because it's December, and something else, thanks to my wife. So hope you enjoyed this, and got some new ideas for different tunings and different riffs, because you know, it's cool to, you know, use different things once in a while, or no, once in a while, all the time, because I mean, you know, basically heavy metal is based on riffs, so I mean, it's sometimes hard or impossible to transcribe a song, you know, into a different key just with a guitar that are tuned the same. But you know, for example, like, let's take a classic riff like this. Okay, if you want to play that in D, well, what the fuck? Well, then you know, or then you drop the whole guitar stand to D, though. Then you don't have to think about different fingers, where you can just play as you learn it. But by changing the tuning, you can change the song's key. All right. Hey, that was quite long. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Bye.